What's up, everybody? Big D coming to you from the 505 Summer Lounge, aka the sweatshop. Ooh, was it muggy and hot and brutal today? But enough about me complaining about it being hot in the summer. I know that's the way it's supposed to be. But welcome, everybody. We are back from break. Took the month of July off. It was nice. Got to kind of not do much, and I enjoyed it. Had a wonderful time at PCA. Most of the guests you're going to be seeing over the next 2 months were all people I met at PCA. Some people you may be familiar with, some you may not be. Before we get started, I want to make sure all you guys, the pinned comment up there, go show my advertisers some love. There are links there with promo codes. Get yourself, save some coin, people. Save some coin. So go make sure you click that, go to the links, and take care. My advertisers, they help out keeping the show up and running. We've already got a nice stream of people flowing in. We've got my crush, Miss Michelle. Welcome, beautiful. It's always a pleasure to see you and to have your face pop up on my screen. And, of course, Mr. Joe. Love seeing you, sir, and getting to meet Joe in person out in Vegas was awesome. So tonight, my guest, she is fascinating and a great person to talk to, amazing personality. She's a brand ambassador for Colorado's own Sagrado Cigars. She's also the first SOTL from Canada to be tobacco and cigar sommelier certified. That's pretty cool. So got that. So we will talk about Sagrado Cigars. We'll talk about her cigar life, her cigar history, and we'll talk about the Sister of the Leaf movement that she is vastly invested in. So without further ado, we bring on Miss Natalie Sims of Sagrado Cigars. Welcome, Natalie.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful. After getting to meet you in person in Vegas, I'm like, I got to talk more to this chick. She's got it down. Fascinating story, and I'm like, God, save all this. I don't. No. Let's talk about it. Let's let more people hear your amazing story of getting into the industry and being a female smoker. And of course, we won't tease you too much for being Canadian.
Yeah. Eh?
So I will hand it off to you. Go on ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and history, and I am going to light up the brand new drop from Sagrado Cigars, the Lilith.
I love it. So I'm Natalie Sims. I'm from Canada. I am the brand ambassador for Sagrado Cigars. I'm fairly new to this industry. I just got into it about just shy of 6 months, actually. So nice meeting you, Ash. So when I got into the industry, I realized that there's so much that I don't know. Even now, there's a lot that I don't know. But at the time, it was, I didn't realize that there were so many sizes of cigars. I, honest to God, thought it was like a Robusto and a cigaretto. Is that what you call them? The little ones. So, learning all this stuff, going through the certification, the sommelier certification has been awesome. And even just meeting people, the PCA was bananas. It was so much fun. I got to meet so many people and learn so much about the industry. So good times, for sure.
So you just said you're a brand new cigar smoker of 6 months.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I am. I know. Crazy.
That's crazy for the fact that you just got into it. You also got certified as a sommelier in such a short period of time. So
yeah, I'm the kind of person, when I get into something and I find it really interesting. Hey, Denver. When I'm really interested in it, it's like I got to go balls deep. I got to learn everything about it, and so now I've become totally immersed in it. And really, when I say meeting people, like from Canada, all across Canada, across the US, over the big pond. So it's pretty cool. And now with all these movements happening, it's pretty rad. And you know what? It's pretty rad being a female in this industry. I think there's a lot of opportunity for us here, and especially in Canada. It seems like we're not women aren't as prevalent in the cigar industry up here, but I'm going to change that.
I'm sure you will. So, do you feel that with now that you've gotten a little taste, you got your beak wet a little bit? Is this something you feel that you want to stick with long term? You want to be a part of? You want to continue to see the culture grow?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I'm in it now. You guys are stuck with me for sure. Well, like I said, I do have plans for, women, especially in Canada. I would love to start my own Sisters of the Leaf branch up in Canada. I think that'd be so cool. They've got it in Greece, the US. It's a global movement. So, why not? I'm actually doing an event this weekend in Phoenix with the Sisters of the Leaf. So I'll have a chance to speak with Anastasia and Lefty about possibly coming up to Canada and seeing, what kind of damage we can do up here.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So, what piqued your interest in wanting to get into cigars then?
You know what? To be honest, like I said, I didn't know anything about cigars, and I didn't really have an interest in cigars until I met John Stewart, who's the president of Sagrado Cigars, and I offered one day. I just said, "Hey, you know what? I'll help you sell cigars. Like, why not? This could be fun." Thinking it'd be like selling gum on the corner, and not at all. Not at all like that. So there's much more to it. And as I got into it, I got more interested in it, learning the blends and learning, all the artistry involved in the industry. And so now it's like I hit the ground running, like joined the Sisters of the Leaf, started doing events. When I go to Phoenix this weekend, I'll be visiting stores. I'll be doing it. It's my actual first solo trip, visiting stores. So that'll be pretty cool.
So what was your thought of the cigar culture prior to being involved in the cigar culture?
Okay, so no word of a lie. I thought, okay, we have one cigar lounge here in Winnipeg. It's called Thomas Hines. I'm going to give them a shout out because I love it. So this is a store that I used to frequent when I worked downtown. And the only reason I would go there was because it was cold outside during my break. So I would just go in there and talk to the guys. So what I saw in that smoking room was, the white old man. And so that's what I always thought it was just, like middle class to upper class white old men who smoke cigars. And now I'm seeing that isn't true, like especially in the States. I find there's a lot of women, black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Like it's definitely for everyone.
Oh yeah. When I started smoking cigars 22 years ago, it was taboo for women to smoke cigars. They was a very small presence, wasn't really looked at as something women did, and so the industry wasn't geared towards it. And I noticed about 6 or 7 years ago, this change within women in the industry, women working for companies, women working for brands, women working in as blenders, and coming in, and it was a very, I would say, I wasn't surprised, but it happened fast. It was all of a sudden going into my favorite shop and I'm seeing women sales reps that I'm like, weird, seeing more women come in. So, I think the pandemic brought on a bigger explosion from that, and allowed women to kind of expand their horizons and to get into curiosity, things that they may have been curious about since they had time.
Right.
And of course, Michelle says we are here to stay. Well,
Yeah, love it. No, I totally love that.
We may allow it. All right. The old white man board of cigar smokers hasn't had a vote on this yet. So
too bad. Wah, wah.
I don't know. A woman? What?
I know. Well, it's even funny, like I've been calling all these stores in Phoenix, like just to set up meetings and stuff. And I wonder, what half of them are thinking, like there's this woman calling. I don't tell them I'm from Canada because that would just blow their minds. Like that would just, no, I would never get a meeting.
You can just tell from your accent.
Well, I try. Do you know how hard I try not to say A? I really, really do. When I'm around you guys, and you guys pick it out like a fart in a car. It's unbelievable.
It's just, certain things about it.
I don't say a boot. People in Fargo say a boot. That's your people in North Dakota.
Dakota. Minnesota.
Fargo, North Dakota.
I don't see any reason to go there.
Don't.
North Dakota. We're not even the good Dakota.
Right. If you had to be a Dakota.
I mean, Phoenix has probably outside of the Miami, Tampa area, the most concentration of cigar lounges, in that vicinity. Right. There's a ton. There's quite a few lounges in the Phoenix area that are owned and operated by women out there as well. So, I think I think your mind's going to be blown at this culture you'll see in Phoenix, because it's unlike probably any you've ever seen unless you've been to some places in Texas or Florida.
Right. And so this is what I'm looking forward to with all this travel and, visiting stores all around, is just seeing the different cultures. Because I mean, even from here, Winnipeg, and then you go to Calgary, it's a different culture. So It's very different when I go, down to Denver or, Vegas, and seeing the lounges, and it's pretty cool what you guys have going on down there.
We do, we do our best, Why
don't you take credit? You should take all the credit.
Sure. Sit there and I'm like, what I'd like? I'd like a nice lounge to be, 60 miles from me. That's what I want. We do try. So I got to say, the Lilith, this is very, very good.
I know. Do you love it? I love it so much.
It is a very good cigar. And of course, this thing is, look at that burn on that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is laser.
That is beautiful. So let me tell you about Lilith. You want to hear all about her?
I want to know all about Lilith. Tell us about her.
I'm going to tell you. Even if you had said no, I'd still tell you. So Lilith is a cigar that Sagrado Cigars has come up with to be aimed at the female smoker. So it's we call it a transitional cigar. So it's past your vanilla or your flavored cigar. Now we're getting into a premium cigar. We say that it's geared towards women, but men like it also. It's got great flavor. It's a Sumatra wrapper with a Lord Dominicano binder. And then the box is exciting. It replicates a jewelry box. So it's purple, as you can see. We got some. Wow. Yeah. So this is 18. You're going to have all my lights here. Now you can see my kitchen, and my dishes, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. So this is 18 karat gold emblem on the top. Very pretty. Also my nails, they have to be done, but I'm going to show you. It says Lilith.
Look at that. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
Anyway.
Yes, it's exactly why I'm digging on it. I try to always get in touch with my feminine side when I'm smoking a cigar.
Well, of course you do. Of course, you have to, right? But it's not just for women, okay?
You said it was designed for women. I'm not getting that
It's just
that feel that I would expect, because it's definitely has nice spicy punch to the stick. I mean,
it's good.
it's very good. I mean,
Yeah.
I was not expecting to get hit with that much pepper and spice, really, in the first third, but it's definitely it definitely comes in and rocks your mouth.
Right. And I know for me, like sometimes there's a bit of cocoa and cinnamon, and now this is going to blow your mind. Okay. I always pair it with orange juice. I'm actually smoking one now, but I pair it with orange juice, and no word of a lie, I kid you not, I get apple pie. It is what it is. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Look, and even the aromatics, I'm not picking up that, again, sense that I associate with women. I'm not picking that up in the aromatics. I'm not picking up, the retro is very punchy, which again, I wouldn't call this a cigar designed for a woman. Well, at least not a woman who's a beginner smoker. For a woman that's definitely has more of an advanced palate. Sure.
That's right.
This is coming across as a very complex cigar that, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on out there. And of course, John, coffee, hazelnut. I do pick up hints of hazelnut on there. The more hazelnut so in the aromatics than I do off the palate, but I do pick that up. The coffee I pick up. Definitely the pep. There's definitely a nice pepper undertone to the cigar. There's a light sweetness that hits that back of the palate, and the retro's definitely very nice. And it's not heavy, but it's not light. It's kind of in that medium range, but it's punchy, and it's nice.
Well,
I like that.
And that's why we say it's a transitional cigar, right? So it's, when you've graduated and you want to smoke a good premium cigar, this is a good
Joe.
It's a good cigar.
Well, Joe, after smoking this cigar, I feel I need to be in the kitchen making my man something to eat.
Okay. Yeah, right. Wah, wah.
That's right.
Even a man can smoke Lilith. You guys can handle it. It's okay.
This is very, very good. This cigar is very good. We are coming forth to. We're not quite there yet, but we're almost coming into drool bucket range.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's get there. Yeah,
that's right.
Hey,
it's very close. The one thing that would probably set that off is I'm looking for more savory, earthy tones off of the stick, and I think that would set off the Drool Factory.
Oh,
I know exactly what gets my Drool Factory going, and it's usually savory earth tones.
Okay, well, keep smoking, and hopefully you'll get there in the last.
We're close. Look, the moisture is building up in the mouth. I can.
Okay, well, that's good. Or you're sick. Anyway,
I am in a different way. You can ask yourself. She knows.
Okay, I'm going to get back to the box. Okay, focus. So this is the inside of the box. So. Oh, my camera's backwards. Drives me nuts. Okay, so this is Lilith. Isn't she pretty? Can you see her?
Yes.
Hot, eh? So this is, I can't help it. I'm Canadian. It's embossed. Anyway, so the box is there you go. You got the band. And the box is lined with black velvet. Super sweet. And it's the bottom of the box is black velvet, so you don't scratch your surface.
That's definitely something a woman would think of. It's like putting a coaster down.
Right. So when you're done with it, when you're finished smoking all your cigars, you put your jewelry in it and call it a day. Right?
Yes, this is a good stick. So do you, now that you've gotten your feet wet,
Yeah.
you've now dipped your toes into the water. You haven't quite taken that jump in yet. You're almost there.
Hmm.
Are you seeing yourself wanting to play around in a factory with tobacco?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I That would be so fun. Okay, so 100 years ago, I went to a cigar factory in the Dominican Republic, and I thought it was fascinating, watching like their hands and how fast they are. I would love to do that for sure. Sit and smoke, listen to tunes, and roll cigars. Maybe come up with some blends. Absolutely, that'd be a blast.
So Mr. Mark Alston there of the Select Draw Cigar Cutter. You need to put a felt bottom on this.
See, Mark, get on it.
Mark, I need a felt bottom on the bottom of my Select Draw.
He's scratching his surface.
That's right. It's scratching this old piece of wood I found on the ground that I use as a table.
See, don't want to scratch that.
Don't want to scratch that, even though it's got, stains from putting cigars on it. Yes.
Love it.
There we go. Oh, geez. And we're graced by the presence of one cigar rock star. Wow. Well, look at this. Royalty in the house.
Oh, who's that? Amir King?
Yes. You may know him as Cigar Rockstar.
Okay. Sounds good. I like that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. He exudes all the sexuality that man wishes that they had.
Oh, I see. Oh, very nice. So we've got a cigar nerd and a cigar rock star.
Yes. And me. Kind of in between the two.
Yeah, what are you?
I'm in between the two. I don't exude that sexuality that he does. I give the vibes.
Oh, that's not true. Come on now.
Are you chopped liver? Yes, you are. After your comment you made about me, you are chopped liver at this point, Joe. Yes. Yes. There we go. But nerd, yes, I am very nerdy when it comes to cigars and breaking down. Back in the day, they used to make a kit you could buy. It cost $300, and it had like 30 different tobaccos in it, and they were all rolled up into fumas. So with different, so you could smell them, lick them, eat it if you wanted, roll your own fumas, so you could understand the different tobaccos and each of the different tastes that these tobaccos bring, especially coming into like doing a blend.
Really? Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole artistry of rolling cigars, growing tobacco. I am a cigar nerd. It's fascinating. It's really cool. Yeah, from like straight from the seed on is just really cool. I learned so much in that course, about the way the sun hits the leaves and like the strength of the leaves based on the sun, based on the where in the plant the leaf is. It's pretty cool.
Canada had a very rich history at one point with providing filler tobacco for cigars manufactured in the early 20th century.
Okay, I think I knew that.
Yes. They were brought in a lot of the northeastern American companies that manufactured cigars would purchase their filler tobacco from Canada, from Ontario and Winnipeg or Manitoba, out there.
Really? Okay, okay.
So big grow, but then Canada, the import costs that started coming into the 60s, kind of, it became counterintuitive for that when you could get tobacco brought in from Puerto Rico and the Dominican much cheaper than you could to bring it across the border.
Right.
Where can we get Sagrado cigars in the United States?
Where can you get them in the States? You know what? For right now, we're in stores in the States. We're in Illinois, California, Texas, Colorado, of course. You can shoot me an email. And my email is Natalie at sagradoglobal.com. That is Natalie at sagradoglobal.com.
There you go.
So speaking of growing in Canada, I was reading today about our Canadian fires affecting the tobacco in Connecticut. Shame, shame, Canada. All the smoke.
Yeah, you know.
No bueno.
You know, Canada finds a way to ruin anything good. So.
Well, this is true. Like for example, the tobacco industry and our plain packaging. Alaska
You left
too.
out Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess I guess if I wanted them, I could just drive 30 minutes to John's house and go get them.
yeah, right. You really could. Yes. And I did forget Alaska. Yes, we're in Alaska. I'm sorry, Alaska. I love you. I love you, Anchorage. Fifth Avenue. Shout out to Fifth Avenue. Anyway, John Stewart, who pops in here once in a while, he's the president of Sagrado Cigars. He's the man behind the name. And
We did. Ryan and I did his first interview that he was ever on last year.
I saw that. Yeah. I turned the lights on for my interview.
Yes, you're not out on your porch,
No.
like he was.
Sorry, John.
Wow, John, do shit, John. I don't know. I think that's a write-upable offense.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nah, he needs me. I'm an asset.
Okay. I say that too, but I know I'm just a number.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we learned you were not a cigar smoker. You're new to cigar smoking. You went head first into the shallow part of the pool into cigars when you started. You're now a brand ambassador and work sales for one of the up and coming boutique brands out there.
Yeah.
And and where are you seeing yourself going future wise? Are you where you thought you would be? Are you where you want to be? Or you feel you're behind where you would want to be?
I feel like I'm way ahead of where I ever could have imagined I would be. I didn't think I'd be, with even Sisters of the Leaf. I didn't think I'd be doing an event with Anastasia and Lefty this weekend. That's pretty cool. When I met them at PCA, it was so cool. I went up to her and she said, "Oh, you're a cigar nerd." So, she recognized me and I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, this woman meets so many people. She's absolutely brilliant. She's actually a PhD in psychology. So very smart lady and very committed to the cigar industry and the Sisters of the Leaf movement, getting women involved in the industry. So I would love to keep working with her. She's already said that she would help me promote any events that I'm doing. So John and I have a couple events coming up. We've got one in Colorado coming in Denver, Rocky Mountain. August 20th. I know you will.
I'll be there. Michelle will be there. Michelle and I will be there. So say hi to her. I'll be her pack mule for the event. So
okay.
You can go ahead and give me a pat on the head, a little shuka. She's the star of the show there. I'm just I'm just there to smoke cigars and carry her shit.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, you can carry my shit too, because it's a pain in the ass. So yeah, do that. Oh yeah, true. True. Thanks, John. Lies. And then we've got an event coming up in Anchorage. I've got a really cool one coming up in Toronto. It was supposed to be in the fall. They pushed it to March. I'm hoping it won't be during PCA, but it's going to be a really cool show. They've Sagrado's partnering with a fashion line, which is super cool. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So going to a big event like PCA out in Vegas and meeting the numerous women who own shops, the numerous women who are involved in brands out there, the numerous women who work in the sales side. What was your overall take on that, seeing that?
My take on it is, again, it was like just seeing again, it was confirmation that it's not a man's world, right? That this isn't a man's industry, that, there's women everywhere, especially in the States, not so much in Canada. But so I think that's pretty cool. And just to see that, like, we can rock it too, but again, there's a lot of men though, like I would still like to see more women out there. I see these pictures. It's so funny, pictures, and this is exactly what I pictured the cigar industry to be, but pictures from the PCA, and you've got these like bigger names, and they got their whole like dream team, and it's like all just white men, and it's like it's just funny because it's still there, but we're making our way. We're making our way.
Yeah. Making your way. You have the queen out there, Karen Berger, who crushes everything she touches.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to meet her?
No, I didn't.
She is one of the nicest people in the world.
Really?
Yes, so nice.
Yeah, see, there I have some regrets too, is I didn't meet as many people as I wanted to. Like, of course, in the BCA, all you guys were all fantastic. But I didn't get around to walking around too much. I did meet Rocky Patel.
I saw your picture with him.
Did you? And
you're as tall as he is. I think he was also wearing your pants, so
he's actually kind of cute. But he was talking about fishing.
For a man who's slender, 5'3". Yes.
I should have given him a Lilith.
You should have.
Here, this is for you. No, he's probably watching.
He don't know who I am.
But he fishes in Manitoba.
He's met me twice, and both times he just kind of blank stare in his face. I go, I've met you twice.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. Imagine all the people. Come on.
Nish knows who I am. Rocky, that's why Rocky sends Nish to do everything, because Don calls talking with people, and Nish is the talker of the group.
Gotcha. Yeah. So who else was there? Did you talk to Guy Ferrari?
No, I did not go talk to Guy.
Who else?
That was
Carlito?
I did. I went to the Fuente event that they had at 8 Lounge, and so I got to hang out with Carlito. I got to smoke a cigar with Carlito off of my bucket list.
Right.
He gave me a cigar because I showed up and I got dragged over to that VIP area. And then he goes, well, what are you smoking? I go, I don't know. I just got here. I haven't had a chance to go to the humidor yet. He goes, oh, and he reaches in the pocket and pulls. He goes, here. He goes, I don't know. I've had this for a while. Go ahead and smoke it. And he gives me an eye of the shark.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, okay. And I lit up and smoked and talked with Carlito. And I'm like, all right, bucket list item, check.
There you go. Very cool. Very cool. He's got quite the entourage, that guy.
you know, when you're at the top of your game like that, when you're the alpha male or the alpha predator of the group,
Mm,
you kind of,
hmm
you know, you kind of, you can have whatever you want.
True, true, true. We'll get there. We'll get there, Danny.
I think you guys are on the right pace. I really enjoy Sagrado Cigars. I talk about it a lot with people about the brand and getting to meet John. Um,
Hmm
and last year at Ryan's house for the barbecue and then getting to talk to him about his brand and blending and all that. It was fascinating. I loved it. And you know,
It is fascinating. It's super cool. And I love to see, I love watching it grow. I think it's super cool. So we're heading to Canada. Well, our cigars will be in Canada in about a week or two, which is a huge feat. I don't know how familiar you are with the Canadian market, but there's huge barriers to entry here in Canada. So we've been working on that for a while. Actually, that's when I kind of started helping John. It was about a year ago. I started talking to these guys, a distributor up in Canada. So that's going to be very cool. Our distributor has 40 some stores across Canada. So boom, just like that, Sagrado has the potential to explode. Just today, we got an order from Oman, which is, I know, which is bananas. And so there's potential there for Dubai. And those guys actually want us to go down there all the way to the
that's
Middle
right.
East to do an event.
The 215% tobacco tax in Dubai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more like 430%.
Oh, I was thinking of Bahrain. I was talking to my friend from Bahrain, and he was,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's 250. I'm like, yeah, that's terrible. I complain about the 30-cent tobacco tax I got to pay here in Wyoming.
Yeah, yeah,
30 cents. Oh,
I know.
outrageous.
How do you deal 430% later?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
430%.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yeah.
when you got the money, I get, to a lot of people
Well,
over in those countries, money's nothing. So,
well, this is it. Yeah. So, I mean, they can afford it. So, but the lounge that these cigars are going to in Oman, holy hell, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Right on the sea. It's a pretty sexy spot. So, I'm pretty proud that oh, thanks, John. I'm pretty proud that we're going to be there. I think it's awesome.
there you go. Leave
Mhm.
that up for Mark to find a pen somewhere. Or, you don't have a pen, you can use the select draw and carve it into your table.
Well, exactly. I mean, since you don't have the velvet on the bottom, you
Yeah,
may as
since you
well
don't
just
have the
do that.
velvet, it's scratching my table up.
Mark, shame on you, Mark.
I know. I keep
uh,
giving Mark all these ideas. I'm gonna. Mark's gonna have to throw me on the payroll here.
yeah, I hear it. Come on,
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah, Mark. You know,
Dust
I
off
gave.
the wallet.
That's right. I gave you that tagline. I tied about the felt. I mean, just
Uh,
saying there, Mister Tom Petty. What is going on, sir? Good to see you.
Hi, Tom Petty.
He's a sales rep for a couple of different brands in the Nashville area.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Huh. That's another market that would be awesome to hit up. I'm really excited to hit up Atlanta one of these days.
Atlanta. So for me, and this is just personal, uh, I think Atlanta has the best cigar culture out of
Okay.
all the places I've traveled across the United States. The Atlanta cigar culture, I think, is the best, especially on, in the summers, Fridays, Saturday nights, the block parties that go on around all the tobacco shops. just it's phenomenal. It's such a great time and a great experience. Houston has a great cigar culture to it. There's a lot of places in this country that have really good cultures out there, but I think I put Atlanta towards the top.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I mean, I look at on Instagram and all the different lounges and stores in Atlanta. They're having a good time over there.
It's always a party in Atlanta. So yeah, Atlanta's a fantastic place to go. Yeah, it's definitely a market if you could bust into. You definitely would have a good time fighting John to go to Atlanta all the time. All right, gotta go with you.
Right? I know. Okay, I'm going next week, John.
Yeah.
Fire up the jet.
Yes, definitely. And there are a lot of lounges owned by women in Atlanta. A lot. I think I think last time I checked on it, it was about 35% of the lounges are female owned in Atlanta.
Really? That's impressive. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I'll definitely have to hit them up. I was also going to hit up North Dakota because I hear they've got quite a hot...
What, at the Air Force Base?
A hot market.
Go to Minot?
Minot, North Dakota. On my way to Fargo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nobody goes to North Dakota by choice.
I know. They're only there if they're lost.
That's right. Do you like being in flat, desolate land for 5 hours driving through a state? Come to North Dakota.
Well, that's what it's like up here in Manitoba, because I'm about 3 hours away, 3-hour drive from Fargo. And it's very flat where I live. So we say we can watch our dogs run away for 3 weeks. It's really flat. I don't know. Yeah. I
live in the mountains.
I know you do. And I love the mountains. I really do.
I know.
You got something good going there. But hey, I can't fall off a prairie.
No, you can't fall off a prairie. I go into a wheat field. And so that's right. What she doesn't tell you is in her spare time she goes out in the backyard and shucks corn for fun.
Exactly. Actually, that would be fun, but yeah. I'm also a country girl. I don't even live in the city. So yeah, if that tells you anything. Maybe I shouldn't be admitting this. Oh my God. I'll never make a sale again. There goes my career. Sorry, John.
I know nothing about North Dakota cigar culture, so I can't help you.
No. I'm just kidding. I think they have 1 or 2 stores. I really did Google it because it's so close. But yeah, I think there's a couple stores. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. No.
But even like where I live in Manitoba, we've got 2 cigar lounges. One is a private club, and then we've got a store/lounge. That's it. That's all we've got up here.
I just got the one here in town, so that's all I got.
Oh, which one do you have? Are you?
I have a smoker friendly.
Oh, okay.
It's very nice. It's very nice, and they completely remodeled. They got rid of most of the cigarette stuff and expanded the humidor and put in a lounge. It's very nice, but for somebody like me, their selection tends to be more on the legacy heritage side than it is on the boutique side. So I gotta tend to go to Colorado and pay that premium for cigars down there.
Right.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
more than the 30 cents a stick I pay here.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
No.
it's a 50% or 50% tax in Colorado.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, we have a lot of cigar lounges in Maryland. Oh, well, there you go. I have to go to Maryland then. My plan is to hit every state, so it's gonna happen.
Mark can
Definitely.
take you to all the places in the Maryland area.
Oh yeah? That sounds
He
fun.
seems to go live from most of them.
Oh yeah? Nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I Yeah, you know what I love about going to the lounges too and seeing humidors in the States is that you guys can have your bands on your cigars and boxes. So in Canada, we have to have plain packaging. All the bands have to be covered, and we are not allowed to sell boxes with our cigars.
that's
So
right. Because
you
Canada,
up
because Canada feels you're going to influence children.
that's right, because children smoke cigars.
But
Um,
as I've found from cigars I've gotten from my friends in Canada, the big ugly plain band is just covering the real band underneath it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're doing for Sagrado is we're going to have the band and then we're going to have the foot band move up and the plain packaging band is going to be over and people throw that out as soon as they get home. It's ugly.
John, this thing phenomenal. This was very good. I
Are we
liked
at
it a
the
lot.
Jewel?
45 minutes smoke. So anybody looking for a quick smoke, 45 minutes smoke, this thing burned fabulous, cool to the touch, not spongy. This is a fantastic, fantastic cigar. Highly recommend people find the Lilith.
Are you drooling yet or are you not there
No, we
yet?
didn't quite get to the drool, but it's a very good cigar.
Oh,
I really liked it.
damn it. Okay. You know what you're going to have to try is Anatoly. Have you tried that one yet? It's John's.
Right here.
There you go. There you go. You got it. That's John's first blend, his first personal blend, and we've been told that that's our best
No, I
cigar.
like
So
I like I like the San Andreas one. I think the best.
okay, okay. Do you know which I have my favorite right here? It's the Fajito from Connecticut.
I like that one too.
Yeah, I love this one. I like it because it's quick, fast smoke, and it's full of flavor. And I like it because it's called the Ugly Little Cigar.
Yes, I like it better than the Drew Estate one
Ah,
by far.
good.
I think it blows the what do they call it? What do they call the Drew Estate one? I don't know. It blows the Drew Estate one out of the water by far.
Okay,
There's no comparison.
right. Good. That's good to hear.
That's
I like that.
The Lilith is a very good cigar. I like it a lot.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. So everyone, get your Lilith.
Get the
Get your
Lilith.
Lilith
It's
here.
good. I gotta say, I was not expecting that to be more in the medium plus range on the body, and I definitely wasn't expecting a medium full on the strength on that cigar at all. Was not expecting that. I was expecting more maybe medium on that, but
Yeah.
definitely hits a on a good level. I like it, so it was
Right.
a really good surprise. Mr. Cruz, what's going on?
Hi, Mr. Cruz.
Anthony Cruz, the resident artist for the cigar community. He's the guy who did that portrait of me.
Very cool. Okay. All right.
He got me down and drew me as if how I see myself. It's the Studley superhero.
Well, that's how we all see you.
I mean, there's maybe a little bit of real lifeness to it, but
I love it.
That's how I see myself in my head. Walking around. I know, superhero. God's gift to women. They are
Oh,
all
of course.
but
Of
in
course,
my
yes.
own mind, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, so that is I think that what you're doing is fantastic. I like how you conduct yourself, how your knowledge you have, how you dug into the culture and the industry so quickly from just getting into it, not even a year into being part of it. And you really come across as somebody who's been part of the lifestyle, the culture for 10, 15 years.
wow, that's a compliment. I love it. Thank you.
Had you
Like I
not told me that you've been in this for less than a year, I would have thought 10, 15 years.
Really? Well, that's quite a compliment. And like I said, I love the industry. I love it's pretty chill, and it doesn't matter your social status, the color of your skin. Everyone's just out to have a good time, smoke a cigar. Take a break and smoke a cigar, and I love that. You
Oh, yeah.
know, we don't have to talk about religion. We don't have to talk about politics. Just smoke our cigar.
I mean, there's in a lounge, everybody's the same. We all enjoy. We're there for fermented dead plant matter. That's what we're there for. And
Yeah, right.
it doesn't matter what you do for a job because you're coming together and having a conversation over the same thing,
Yeah.
And so people, me, blue collared, I don't understand, I tend to, a lot of white collared people tend to be more fascinated about what I do for a living because,
Hmm.
manual labor, blue collar, something that they're unaware of.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I like about it. Everyone's kind of the same. I went to a lounge recently in Denver, and I was flipping blown away. It was such a blast. It was like it almost had like a nightclub kind of feel without the dancing, but just such a blast, and everyone was awesome. I
Which
think
lounge did you go to?
Devon's.
Devon's. I don't know that one.
Okay, it was a good time, and we went to the castle.
Oh,
The,
oh yeah, you went to Ryan's event at the
yeah,
Bonifant Castle.
yes, that was so beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Holy,
yeah, the Bonifant Castle is fantastic. It's nice. I
yeah.
would have loved to have been there. I was supposed to be there.
Well,
Um,
you missed out.
I know. Well, when Ryan gave me the date, I'm like, well, that's opening night of one of the largest rodeos in North America, and they're definitely not going to give me that night off.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "Wow, that was the only night that I go, "That's because it's opening night at Frontier Days. That's why. That's why it was. That's why it was inevitable."
Yeah, it was a good time. It was really cool. I've never been to a castle, so that was really neat. And I got to
It is. It's very cool. So that's good.
it is so cool.
The event seemed like it was awesome.
Yeah, and they did well. They raised a lot of money for the charity, which is super cool. We got to meet the owners of the house, the castle. They were interesting, an interesting couple.
That's cool. Yeah, the event Ryan did last year for the Ronald McDonald House raised far more money than they anticipated. I'm excited to talk to Ryan and find out what their I know what their goal was to raise for this year, and seeing if they crushed that goal
Hmm.
for it. So I'm happy. If were a part of the event, all the money raised minus the administration costs went to the Shadow Warriors
Hmm.
project. So
Yeah, and what a
30K.
cool cause.
30K.
Oh,
Yeah, so he definitely crushed his goal. Okay.
yeah.
Well, all right.
And and what a cool cause. It's something I didn't know existed, that these poor men and women are out there, not getting pensions or whatever the hell, after not serving time. That's a jail thing, after doing service.
It was part of a private military contractors.
Yeah.
They're lot part of the CIA. In that, but yeah, very good. You had Mark Geis, who's a former SEAL and was part of the crew that defied the government and going in to rescue the people in Benghazi.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
So they were auctioning a book, something about, what was it, 13 days in Benghazi or something?
13 hours.
Benghazi. 13 hours. Okay, yeah. So now I've got to find this book. I got to read it.
You find the book, watch the movie.
Yeah, this sounds fascinating.
Yes. So
love it.
Mark has said that the movie is pretty close, minus some of the stuff they had to put into, for the Hollywood effect on it. But a lot of what happened technically in the movie is how it went down and is technically accurate to what they did going into Benghazi.
No kidding. So is the movie of the same title, 13 Hours?
Yes, 13 Hours.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it tonight. Actually, okay, I've got to let you go. I got to go watch a movie.
Yes, so you can pull up 13 Hours. It's about the shadow warriors of Benghazi, when defying the United States government to do nothing and let Americans die at the consulate there in Libya. And they said, screw it. And they went and went in to try and save lives and do what they're supposed to do as soldiers. So gives you a lot of faith in our government and how what they think of people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, if
we're just a number, but we're not talking.
And it's just like the government is just like any mega corporation, which I unfortunately do work for a mega corporation. You're just a number. That's it. They don't know your name. They don't care. You're just a number.
It's so true. Yeah. But we're not allowed to talk about politics. Government. No. Let's talk about cigars.
We're here to talk cigars. So does anybody in the chat have any questions they'd like to ask the cigar nerd, Miss Sims from Sagrado Cigars, either about herself personally, about Sagrado Cigars? We even have Mr. John Stewart, the owner of Sagrado Cigars, in the chat, so he can also answer any questions y'all may have as well. If you got any questions about going through the Sommelier program or anything, she can answer all of that for you because, well, she's lived it.
I did it. I've got the pin to prove it.
I see. Yes.
You can purchase a pin for $10.99.
Let me ask you about that. So with the, what's the take like in Canada going in and talking about how you're a certified tobacco and cigar sommelier? What's the reaction you get in Canada compared to the U.S.?
Up here, they think it's pretty cool because it's there aren't a lot of us up here. That's why it's fairly easy for me to say I'm the first female certified cigar sommelier tobacconist in Canada because I don't there even men. There aren't a lot of us. So the reaction I've had is pretty positive. I've done some stores, met with some stores in Calgary since getting the certification, and I wear my pin everywhere, and it's a positive, but not as positive as in the States. I find there's more of an appreciation for the certification in the US. And probably because you guys, you guys have the lounges, you have the stores, you've got the numbers. It's a bigger community, bigger industry in the US. So, there's more appreciation for it down there for sure. But like I said, I'm going to get these Canadians smartened up. We're going to do it, eh?
Well, especially here in the US, having that getting in with being a sommelier, and that leads to such amazing opportunities just within lounges, the high end 5-star Black Diamond resorts in this country. The opportunities are far greater here for people who do achieve that level and that goal. And there are lounges and resorts that are constantly trying to hire in sommeliers to curate their cigar programs, to curate events. So, yeah, it's a rare achievement here for people who do get that. But that's why we do celebrate, because it's extremely hard to get. It's just it's just not something you can pay to get. You have to press to get that.
Oh yeah. There is a lot to learn. And like I said, I'm still learning. Like there's just so much involved in the tobacco industry. It's crazy. But like in this course, you're learning from the seeds to the leaves to the growing, the fermenting, the drying. You're learning about lighters, how to fill a lighter. Like there's just so much. You're learning about pairing, and it's such an extensive course. So it was pretty cool. And because of it, actually, we may have another event in Alaska. There's a lady there who owns quite a few liquor stores and a restaurant, and she wants to do an event for women just on pairing. And she wants me to kind of lead this event on pairing. And she wants me to have a staff training kind of session about pairing, and so that would be pretty cool.
Is that something you're interested in wanting to possibly work on?
Yeah, I think that'd be so cool.
There you go, Lou, with the question there. Is that which course did you go through?
Okay, so I did the certification through the Sisters of the Leaf and the Tobacconist University.
There you go.
So it's an online course. You could go at your own pace, and then you have to achieve 90% or higher to be certified. So, and it's 100 questions, something like that. It's pretty intense.
Yes, I did take the test for a few people during the lockdown.
Really?
There are a couple of people who are their Instagram profiles are listed as a certified sommelier.
Yeah.
I took the test.
You fraud.
I needed money.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, everyone has to hustle. I get it.
I was like, I'll take the test for you.
I get it. Shit, where were you when I was studying my ass off?
I've always been here. But I didn't get a text from you going, hey, I got a question.
Okay, you know what? Next time, because I want to take the Salesforce course, and then eventually I would like to take the Maestro certification. Maestro.
So do you think you could? So do you really think that you could get to that point in the blind tasting to ace that?
I think it would. I mean, yeah. I don't want to say no, but I would really have to train my palate. Oh, I'm not there yet. It would take me.
It's
yeah.
It is. I was helping my friend back in the day when he was going through all that, and he had to definitely, I mean, it was definitely like a total breakdown of like literally like Antarctic cinnamon. Like just not cinnamon, but breaking down the region of of this type of cinnamon and coffee and then throwing in the pairing to it too, you know. Oh, I'm like I couldn't do that. I'm like, I don't know, to me, I go, what you're describing sounds like it's some sort of sounds like a Cuban cigar.
Yeah,
I was
right.
right, it was Cuban.
Oh,
But
really? Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know if my palate is that strong, but I believe, I don't know. Can you train your palate?
yeah,
Is there,
you can. You can train
yeah,
it, but I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's you're really having to, you know, you're really having to break down like the color, the flavor wheel into subsections of subsections
right.
because it's like okay, this is a hickory roasted coffee with you know southern with South Central Texas hickory and and northern region Colombian bean. I mean you've really got to break that down to get it.
Right, right. Yeah, you know what? That sounds really complicated. I
It
don't
sounds
know.
like half no shit. That's because Charlie Manolo has gone through all of that, and I think he likes to show off his palate, which is why he says this is Antarctic cinnamon and clubbed baby seal fat and endangered white rhinoceros horn.
That sounds yummy.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? When I smoke a cigar, yeah, I'm tasting like the surface at this point. Like I said, if I have the Lilith with orange juice, I'm tasting apple pie. I think I'm probably the only person on the planet who will taste apple pie. So it's not something I really should advertise because it's really weird. But yeah, like I'm tasting the
I
basic.
don't discount anybody's palate off of what they taste
Right.
because
Yeah.
everybody's palate is built differently, and I tend to trust women's palates far more than men's palates, only because women tend to not wreck their palates as bad as men do because we tend to from a younger age eat heavier and spicier food. We tend to drink
Mm,
heavier. Men tend to do more to ruin our palates younger than women do. So when women
right.
talk about cigars and they talk about flavors, they tend to be their depiction of what they're tasting tends to be on a more truer level because their palate is definitely better and fresher than what men's tend to be, you know.
Right, that's fair. Yeah, I can get behind that. Definitely.
Yeah, so you know when you tell me you taste apple pie, I don't discount it, and I do
Yeah.
believe, and there's a you know it's something that you know if I drink orange juice and then took a puff, you know, and I get that essence, and I go, okay, I get the essence of what you're talking about. I wouldn't discount it on
Mm.
it, but I also wouldn't discount
Right.
it anyway, even if I didn't get that, just because you know our two different palates.
Well, yeah, our palates are different. And, I mean, so much can affect our palate, right? Like what we've had today, we'd really have to start with a fresh palate. Maybe that's what I'll do one day. I am going to do that. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to start with a fresh palate. What is it? Club soda freshens your palates. A
Club
sorbet,
club club soda, unsalted cracker.
unsalted cracker. Oh, really? Okay. So I'm going to do this. There. Now I have something to do tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes, I mean,
I was
you
going to
know,
sit around and eat bonbons.
before I do my reviews, you know, I for the day, the only thing I drink for the day is just water, and then about an hour before I do the show, I eat a couple of unsalted crackers just to make sure anything that may be residual on my palate gets wiped away. That
Right.
way, I'm going into what I'm doing with a fresh palate, and I can feel like I'm giving the best depiction of what's going through my palate.
Right. And I appreciate that. You know, it's funny at the PCA, there is one gentleman, he's smoking a cigar and then he wants to try the Anatoly. So he puts it out and smokes the Anatoly and he's like going on about all these flavors. And I'm thinking, well, shit, you're still tasting the last cigar. Like, yeah, it just weird. Great with white wine. Thank you, John Stewart. And it also goes well with s'mores. We've learned recently.
And apparently orange juice.
And orange juice, yes. And it would probably go great with Sagrado coffee, which is out now. Just a little plug there.
This is only cigars. Oh, your coffee, no. No, that's the Sagrado coffee, which I'm sure is fantastic. I am not a coffee person, so.
Oh.
I'm a hot chocolate man. I'm a hot chocolate diva.
Oh, so Lilith is perfect for you.
So, I judge restaurants by the quality of their hot chocolate.
Nice. A hot chocolate connoisseur. Did you get the who?
Oh, there's this dude who was walking by picking up all the cigars and rolling them in his hand to verify that the weight of the cigar was accurate and the length was of proper measurement, as being said.
No kidding, really?
I shit you not.
No, I didn't get him, but I wish I had. Oh, really?
Yes.
Sounds douchey.
Yes, he was. He was definitely a weird, odd man.
Huh.
And he wasn't smoking anything. He was there as a representative buyer for a shop, which I just think he was just some dude who his friend got him a badge to get in.
Yeah. And so he's some dude who's selling cigars out of the trunk of a car right now.
It's like, okay. Yeah, I kid you not. The dude. Am I a mini marshmallow man? No, because it all depends on the type of hot chocolate. Because if I'm going to go with an Italian, hot chocolate, it's got to be made with steamed heavy cream with caramel.
Wow.
And
that's sophisticated.
If you do the mini marshmallows on that, that's like the Swiss Miss quick, that's what mini marshmallows go good with, is the Swiss Miss instant cocoa.
This is fascinating. I hear that Tim Hortons makes a really good hot chocolate. Do you know of Tim Hortons?
Yes, it's the Canadian Starbucks.
Yeah, but we do have Starbucks too.
Yes, I'm aware of Tim Hortons. I have partaked in some of their growlers.
Oh, they're growlers.
Growlers, yes. They're bear claws. They're very good. The bear claws are very good. There was one in the There was one in the lobby of the hotel we stayed at in Toronto, and we go there all the time.
Yeah, we love our Tim Hortons up here. Like, love our Tim Hortons.
Yes,
or I do anyway.
Wow.
Maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I'm the only Canadian. Maybe that's why I'm the only one in the drive-thru, because it's just me.
Well, I am a hot chocolate diva. I'm a salsa diva. I judge restaurants by the quality of their salsa.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Do you like it spicy?
I'm all about flavor over heat.
Smart.
And being a man from New Mexico, I like to think that my palate was bred to enjoy salsa.
Okay.
So
fair
yes,
enough.
I do. I am a salsa diva as well, and that's how I judge restaurants and people, by the quality of their salsa.
Okay.
That's right. That's just how it is. You
I
know,
judge people too.
if you've got shitty salsa, your food's probably shitty.
Yeah. And they're probably a shitty person.
That's
Let's
right.
face it. I
Um,
mean, who the hell can't make a salsa?
yes, yes, I am a Renaissance man. I do agree. You know, and when I go out with my when my I go out with my guys to lunch, we go to a Mexican place. I'm a huge fan of the fire roasted pickled jalapenos, and I fill my plate full of them and I eat them like candy. Um,
Ew.
it's very good.
That sounds very hot.
Nah. Although my
We
my
get-
one coworker feels like I could go on that show Hot Ones.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I could succeed on going through the hot salsas. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
well,
think you
you know, I have over the years built a cast iron stomach, so
I
my
love that
thought
hot.
on that would be that going on there with something that's that excessively that hot and spicy to burn would fuck my palate up, and then what am I going to do for a job?
Well,
You know?
exactly. Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. Like, who the hell? I don't know. I don't get it. Too hot. But I don't like spice at all. Not a lot of spice.
Yes, I am so I do like spice, you know, but that's me. But I'm also a product of where I was raised, and so being
Right.
raised in New Mexico, I kind of, you know, we don't put milk in bottles. You get chili in the bottle. You drink chili out of a bottle.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. See, up here in Canada, we just eat seal meat and
Oh,
and bears.
okay, Charlie Jr. Smoke Gurkha. Joe, we've had this conversation about using filthy language on my show.
What's a Gurkha? Should I know what a Gurkha is?
Yes. It is a cigar brand.
Okay.
It is
There you
the
go.
number one.
I should know.
It is the number one cigar brand in the world. By
Oh,
volume.
okay. See, these are. Yeah, I should know.
They are a big hit with value brand smokers who don't want to spend a whole lot of money on cigars, and so they can buy a box for $25. You'll see when you come to Denver for Rocky Mountain, go walk by all the booths and look at the Gurkha booth. The Gurkha booth will have the biggest and longest line out of any of the other booths there, and it will be like that all day long.
And that's because of the cost.
That's because of the cost.
Love it.
So Gurkha started out as kind of the I wouldn't call it a house blend, but it was kind of just the house cigar for Cigars International.
Okay.
And so they have like 9,000 different blends. And then so they have tried over the last couple of years to expand out their hi Trey. I don't know Trey.
Oh, that's my kid. Hi, Trey.
That's your kid. Oh, okay. I'm like, okay, it's Trey. Okay. They have tried over the last couple of years to kind of expand out their portfolio with different and creative blends, and try to bring in the non-value smoker into the fold of what they're producing and manufacturing.
Right. Okay.
But there's always that stigma, and it is a running joke within the community that, you know, that if anything is negative, Gurkha will usually follow behind in the joke.
I gotcha. See, this is another thing that I really really need to learn is all the different brands. There's so many. It's, again, mind-blowing. So I focus so much on Sagrado that I've kind of ignored the other guys. But, the day will come where I know all my brands.
Well, you don't, definitely pick up other brands and smoke them. Get the feel for the cigar, because when you're going into a lounge and somebody tells you what kind of the vast majority of their clientele smokes, you have a comparison to this cigar. So they smoke XYZ is really kind of the big brand here on that. Well, you know what? Our blah blah has a very similar flavor profile to it. How about this? Let's smoke them together and compare. Let's light up XYZ and light up ours and smoke it. Let me show you the similarities. Now you're helping that store out. So when they get their guys and going, hey, I know you always smoke XYZ, but I did bring in this new brand. I think this cigar tastes better than that one. And the cost on it is significantly less. And I think it's a far superior cigar. Why don't you try one of these?
Right. Yeah, I gotcha.
$1,000 cigar. They have the $5 million cigar.
That's okay. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Wow.
Yes, they have a cigar that is that was aged in the Queen of England's personal brandy barrels.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, and that will run you a cool $1 million.
Okay. Yeah. Well. So that's actually what Sagrado's coming out with next year, 2024, is $1 million cigar. So stay tuned for that.
So John, do I get to be on the tasting panel for this? I mean, I could help you sell $1 million cigar.
Oh yeah?
Do a cigar review on $1 million cigar?
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so watch out for it. 2024. Things are happening.
I'm happy to be on that tasting panel.
We'll do it at the PCA.
First in line. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you going to smoke that Anatoly?
I will.
You will. You have smoked an Anatoly before,
yes.
Right?
Yes,
and you enjoyed it?
Yes, I have.
Good.
I have smoked everything Sagrado has put out, and I am a big fan of everything that I have had from Sagrado. It is a brand that I recommend to people to have on there. That Lilith, phenomenal. Definitely a cigar I will be picking more up of.
I love it.
Really enjoyed the cigar.
Good. I love to hear that. I really love to hear that.
All right. So I will hand it off to you. You have anything you'd like to promote or talk about before we end the show tonight?
Well, okay. So stay tuned for $1 million cigar. That's going to be fun. And look out for Sagrado Coffee. Also, I'm going to plug that for a sec. And in the future, Sagrado Spirits and Wines. And definitely look out for Sagrado Cigars. We're going to be doing events. If you want to have an event, we've now got a master cigar roller who will come to your event and roll some pipe cigars for you. It's pretty cool. There was just an event yesterday, I want to say 2 days ago, an FBI event. And Angelo Martinez, master cigar roller, was there rolling cigars on behalf of Sagrado Cigars. So super cool. So that's something that we can do at events. And if there are ladies here who own lounges or stores, Sisters of the Leaf, look for me, and we can do some events at your restaurants or your establishment. If you want to get your hands on some Sagrado cigars, you can send me an email, Natalie@sagradoglobal.com, or check me out on Instagram at cigar.nerd.
There you go.
Hi, Barry. Oh my God. Shout out to Joseph.
Lou, almost drew buckets. Almost drew bucket. Moisture was there. It was building up. Not quite drill bucket, but a very good cigar. I really liked it. I nubbed the shit out of it. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I appreciate that you nubbed the shit out of it. Yeah. I'm sad that it wasn't Drool Factor, but we'll get there.
Get there. I told you so that there was missing just one component that would have brought in the drool factor.
You wanted the earth.
I want that savory earthiness. Yes, that was the one thing that would have put that cigar over the top, and would have had the drool bucket come out.
Son of a bitch. So yeah, Lilith, it's nuttier. It's more floral. Did you taste the floral?
Bits. Towards the end of the cigar, the aromatics got a little bit more florally for me in the aromatics than off of the palate.
Okay. Yeah. So.
You think I need a 55? You know what? If I get invited to smoke that cigar or taste that cigar, I will provide a 55-gallon bucket for that.
Excellent.
Well, Joe got to watch the drool bucket in real life there in Vegas when I smoked that cigar.
Did you bring it to Vegas?
No, but he watched me drool on myself smoking the cigar. He watched me drool on myself.
I feel like that would happen a lot.
Yeah, I was 4 puffs in, and I go, "Wow, that's really good." Oh my goodness!
Wow.
All right, well, I don't need to smoke any more of this stick. It's already good. That has been proposed, Lou. Coming out with bibs in the swag store, which almost ready to release the swag. So it's coming. It's coming.
I love that.
It's getting there. No show next week. This is just kind of a little taster. Coming back from being off for a month. No show next week as it is my late night at work. But we will be back on the 14th. We have cigar influencer Cody, Mr. Cigar Hero, will be coming on. We'll talk about his journey and his life of growing as actually setting forth a goal to be an influencer instead of just having it naturally. It's a goal he set out to do. That's what I want to be. So fascinating story from Cody. So we'll be talking to him Tuesday, the 15th. You can join myself and Mr. Cruz over on my IG for raw cigar reviews. We will have Osvaldo Morales from OM Cigars on. And Mr. Morales is asking everybody to go over to omcigars.com and purchase the sampler so you can smoke with us that Tuesday night. And in the notes section, when you check out, if you put 505 in the notes section, you will also get an extra unreleased cigar. So that's an added bonus for getting that sampler pack. So get on over to omcigars.com, purchase the sampler, and put 505 in the notes section, and you'll get that extra unreleased cigar out of the sampler.
Beautiful.
I know.
That was amazing. I'm impressed.
So much. Oh, I used to do my own ads, for my advertisers. I did video. I cut videos. So I'm like, do you like to save money? Because I like to save money. You go over to, get on over to CasperCigarCompany.com. Wide selection of cigars that are available to you. And they'll take care of you. You not seeing what you want on the website? All right. Slide on into their DMs. Give them a call. Donovan and his team will take great care of you. And when you check out, make sure you use promo code 505 Cigar Review. Save 10% off your order. That's CasperCigarCompany.com. Promo code 505 CR or 505 Cigar Review.
I love that. Hey, so speaking of Casper, you got to get us in there.
Shit.
Put in a good word for me. Shit. I'll be calling Donovan.
He won't even bring in the Brands I rep.
Oh, wah, wah. That's Wyoming.
We're
going bigger and better.
Brands I rep.
All right.
Still good people, but you know.
Oh,
yeah. You know, as it was made clear to me by a lot of retailers at PCA, getting that invite to bring Padron into the shop, they shot their wad on Padron, so that kind of screwed a lot of people over that. So, I mean, I can't blame them. Padron's my favorite brand, so.
Okay.
If I had a chance to buy Padron, I would.
Right.
You know, so, but yes, most of them went in probably looking to fill spots in their humidor with brands like Sagrado and Family by Loyalty and Conscious and stuff, but instead got that invite to fill their shelves with Padron, and well, that's a invite you can't turn down.
Well, this is it. And by the time they got to Sagrado and Conscious and the rest,
that's if they even decided to take the walk back to the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, the only reason they'd be going back there is if they wanted a piece of shitty pizza.
And they didn't.
Exactly.
Nobody did. I like how that BCA pavilion started out right in front. So it's the first thing you see when you walk into, shoved in the back by the food court that nobody went to.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty bad.
I'm glad that they didn't send me an email asking me my opinion on the event. Anyway. They would have not have liked my my responses to how I felt the event went, and I think they did a terrible job. That's my personal opinion about the BCA. I think they did a terrible job. I don't think that the PCA did not do anything to market or to encourage people to go to the back there. The BCA did not do a good job in marketing on that to try and get people to go back there. You know, they really just kind of wanted to continue with that word of mouth, and it did not work. And you're going to go bigger and better. No, you know, and you paid a lot of money to be in that pavilion for a very little payoff when you could have spent half that amount of money and got your own booth on the floor and probably had a far better location than what you were at in that pavilion. So I was not a fan of how they handled that whole pavilion setup. I didn't think it was done properly. I don't think it was marketed properly, and I don't think that there was much care in the world from the BCA to actually want it to be successful.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Well, how come there was no marketing done by BCA? You go back on their Instagram page, you saw very little promotion from them on this. Nor did you see any promotion from the PCA or cross promotion from the two. There was really nothing marketed throughout the entire PCA event by the PCA about going back to that pavilion.
There was the one announcement.
I see the BCA trying to get them to do any sort of advanced marketing or to tell people or to have at the events that were set up about it. Most people that I saw are like, oh, well, where's the booth that you're at? We're in the back in the BCA. Oh, didn't know. Because it was not done well. They should have had one of the signs up in the ceiling pointing out that the pavilion was there, that people could see. I think the whole thing was done terribly, and I think it was marketed terribly, it was promoted terribly, and the big selling point on that whole being part of that pavilion was that you were supposed to be at the very front of the event. So as soon as everybody walked in, they see you. And somehow from that being what was initially told to everybody, that went from being in front to the very back. So
yeah, I agree. You have the big guys who are at the front. Well, everyone's going to go to the big guys anyway, so they can be in the back. Like, they're going to get the exposure no matter what. But 'tis what it is. There's always next year.
On the last day, that was a half a day. Right at the end there. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys who are still here or haven't been to the pavilion, no, it's in the back.
Yeah.
I was just like, I told Alan, I don't think this is something that you should consider doing next year. I think you should consider doing your own booth next year. And then he said, well, Jonas asked if we'd be interested in wanting to do a dual booth. And I said, I think that's a fantastic idea. Doing a dual booth with the company that manufactures your cigars. Why not?
Right.
Plus, how many times were we talking to people that had logistic or tax questions? You had to go run all the way over to the Blackbird booth to go talk to them to get that answer. Right. You're at one booth. So a customer has a logistics or tax question. Oh, right here. I go, that makes far more sense to team up with Jonas if you don't want to do your own booth. Your cigars. You can have somebody and then pass them over to Jonas. Get them to bring you and Blackbird in, and Jonas can do the same if they want. So I think it's a way better idea is to team up with Jonas.
There you go.
Like, I have my own opinions on it, but I'm just one man. Nobody cares. All right, nobody cares what I say. Although I'm pretty sure there will be some audio cut of me saying what I just said that winds up on the interwebs. And I stand by what I said. I think it was poorly done. It was poorly marketed, overpriced for what you got, and I don't feel that the value was there for what was promised.
Okay, but where were you at the follow-up meeting, sir? That was your chance to voice your concern.
I'm just a sales guy. I'm just a sales rep. I'm not a member of the BCA.
Yeah.
That's that's on Alan to do. And if Alan would have asked me to be there to give my concerns on all that, I definitely would have. But but that's just me. Again, it's my opinion on it. I know that I know a couple other brands that were in that pavilion had the same exact feeling as me. I'm not affiliated with anything other than I was there working for a brand. But for somebody who operates a media side, these were things that I saw media-wise that drew my attention that I felt needed to be addressed or should be addressed. So, that's just me coming from the media side that I would say, why this, why? So that's just me.
Right. Well, it's my understanding that they are going to be looking at those things, everything that you just named. So we shall see. It's stay tuned. They have until March to figure their shit out. So hopefully.
Maybe. We'll see. Are you guys going to be out there? Are you guys going to be out there in January for TPE, or are you just going to do PCA in March?
No, I've tried to get into TPE and we couldn't get in. But we're doing Destination Herf in Miami, January 11th to 14th. So that'll be cool.
That will be a lot of fun. Yeah, you guys will have a lot of fun. I'll be out there, but I'll be doing media. So.
Oh, okay.
I'll be at PCA or TPE for just media. That's where I'll be.
Right. And TPE is in Vegas, correct?
Yes. It's at the end of January.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that it's going to be a lot of small brands because most of the big brands or brands that are usually at TPE bailed out because it's too close to PCA.
Right.
I think a lot of smaller brands are going to be filling in that spot, and well, I'm all about the smaller boutique brands, so I'm going to go to showcase a lot of those brands.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I don't know, that must sell out like lickety split, because yes, we're on the wait list.
There you go.
Thanks to me, yes, we are. I'm just saying. But yeah, that thing sells out fast. Holy crap. Very fast. So the TPE.
Joe, you could get in. I don't see why you couldn't. I got Anthony in this year. We went as a tandem, and I spent 2 days doing nothing but bullshitting and smoking cigars with my friends. And then I marathoned all the interviews you saw in one day.
That's awesome.
5-minute interviews. What's new?
That'd be a cool show.
That's right. I learned that the hard way after spending a couple of years making it all about work and grinding and doing everything and not having fun at these events. I was like, I'm just going to screw around, and then I'll marathon all the interviews right before I have to leave.
Good for you. There you go.
And make them 5 minutes long. Now I can get 12 interviews in that are 5 minutes in length.
I love it. That's awesome.
You know.
And it'll be my birthday at the PCA, sorry, in March. So I'm pretty excited about that.
There you go. Well, it'll be a lot of fun, man. I'm excited. I'm not excited about it being 6 weeks after TPE. They're putting a lot of strain on my wallet.
Yeah. And you know what? It puts a lot of strain on retailers also.
Which is why I think you're going to see a lot of smaller retail shops, newer retail shops, some of the Cigar of the Month club shops hitting that up. So I think it's a good opportunity for showcasing a lot of these smaller brands out there. And I think that's what it's going to be, because I know that almost all the big guys, they're not going to be there. You know, Fuente's not going to be there. Drew Estate's not going to be there. You know,
right?
And Drew Estate owns TP, so
gotcha.
And they're not even going to be there.
Yeah.
So, but you know, TPE can get along just fine without the cigar stuff. You know, it's all the cannabis and vape is
right there. I can imagine. Yeah.
I half the time I get back to the hotel room, I empty my pockets, and I got roll ups, I got vapes, I got weed in my. I go, how do these get in my pocket? They just walk by and they get shoved in your pocket.
Well, they took your wallet. So do you walk out of there smelling like a Care Bear with all the vape stuff?
No, because they do a pretty good job in keeping it separated from the cigar stuff. But you got to walk through the vape and the cannabis to get to the food court to get your $9 bottle of water.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, you know, you got the cannabis guys are blowing smoke in your face going, you want to get high? I already am, thank you.
Yeah.
You want to take a hit off of this 10-foot water bong?
Oh my God.
No, I don't know if I have the lung capacity to. Not a young man anymore.
Yeah, right. Huh.
It was awesome having you on the show.
Well, it was awesome being on your show.
Taking the time to come on. It's great. Look for Natalie everywhere. Make sure you're following her. If you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, Facebook or YouTube, in the description, I got links to everything Sagrado Cigars and Natalie down in the description. So go show them some love. If you're watching on LinkedIn, try and figure out which is which, because you know they got to do things differently over on LinkedIn. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It was awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
You are welcome back anytime.
Awesome. And I'll see you in a few weeks, hopefully.
Yes, we will see you in a few weeks in Vegas, or in Denver.
In Denver.
In Denver. Yes.
Yeah.
We will
Awesome.
see you there. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll be back on the 14th with Cigar Hero himself, Cody. So we will see you all next time. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything we wouldn't do because we're sweet and innocent people. And we'll see you later. Peace out, everyone.